everyone, and welcome to another EZLynx Live. I'm your host, Ryan Buchema. In the January Newslinked article, we talk about some of the really cool items that we're going to be working on coming up here in 2021. We're not going to discuss those today, but please read the article. There's some really great information in there. In our next show, next month, we'll try to look at some of these items. But for today's show, we definitely want to address kind of the elephant in the room, and that's that recent announcement of Applied's purchase of EZLynx. I know you all probably have a lot of questions, so what we have for you today is we have a previously recorded session. It's a Q&A session between EZLynx CEO Nog Rao and Applied CEO Taylor Rhodes. During that Q&A session that we air for you, we play for you guys, even though it's recorded, please, in the live chat, if you have any additional questions, go ahead and submit questions. We're going to do another Q&A session after the acquisition closes, so we'll hopefully be able to address some of those questions at that point in time. But until then, let's go ahead and roll the Q&A session. This is a recorded session between EZLynx CEO Nog Rao and Applied CEO Taylor Rhodes. Enjoy the Q&A session.
So what I'd like to do is first introduce Nog, who everybody should know as the CEO of EZLynx. And also we will be spotlighting, when I get to his first question, Taylor Rhodes, who's the CEO of Applied Systems. So we'll get to Taylor here in just a couple of minutes, but Nog, let's start with you first. Two-part question. First of all, why did you decide to sell? And why do you believe that Applied Systems was the best for us as employees, the customers on the phone, and the industry as a whole?
Thanks, Brady. Hey, before I answer your question, thanks everybody for joining the call today. It's a pleasure to kind of discuss these things with you guys. Thanks, Taylor, for taking time off your busy schedule to join this meeting today. I want to kind of quickly go over a little bit of our past history before I answer Brady's question. So that way it sets the table for you guys to understand why I did what I did. EZLynx was started almost 18 years ago with the intention of solving a problem. Somebody came and talked to me. I was an outsider. And when I heard the problem, I could feel the pain with insurance agents. Trying to generate even one quote in less than 15 minutes was difficult because remember, this was the 15 minutes, 15% days from Geico. They were pounding away and they took so much market share away from our industry. So I could relate to the problem immediately and started working on a prototype. And before I knew, we had a commitment to build the product. And myself and a few other people inside the company decided to spend more time and start selling. And the rest is history, I guess. We've come a long way since then today. Thanks to you guys. Some of you, I can remember, have been with us since 2004. I really, really appreciate all the encouragement and all the appreciation that you guys have done over the years. I cannot thank you enough. We would not be what we are today without what you guys did in the early days. Well, we've come a long way, in the last 10 years. Don't know why I decided to build management system. So it's been a eye-opening for me how difficult it is to build management system. I have a lot of respect for companies that have a very mature management system. It takes a lot of work, especially when we started building commercial side of the product. It's been very difficult. I'm so happy to see all the features that Brady talked about, the commercial side of things. I do feel like we've reached a good point with management system. I do feel like EZLynx is in a good place. We did the EZLynx 5 upgrade. It's mobile friendly. We've done a lot of things. I'm very proud of what we've done. Our team has really stepped up and delivered. I'm sure a lot of you probably agree with me on that. And so I guess that begs the question that Brady asked, why? Why did I do it? Look, I think it's very important that we continue to grow and we need to play in bigger and bigger market. That's one way we can keep the talent inside the company. To build a company like EZLynx, you need a lot of talented people. And talented people work for one thing, which is challenge. I need to constantly challenge them every day, every month, every year. And that's very important. So with Applied's market presence and with their whole portfolio of products, I feel like I can challenge the employees even more to do better things with the product. Look, this industry for the most part has been a two-vendor industry for many years, right? So it's only in the last 5-6 years that EZLynx has established itself or forced itself into the market as a third vendor. And that has been good for the industry. We focused on innovation, we focused on technology, we focused on building products for the future generation. And I think we've done a fantastic job. And from my discussions with Applied, oh, by the way, I've been talking to Applied off and on for more than 5 years. I personally know several people at Applied, including chairman of the board and the previous CEO prior to Taylor, Reed French. He was a very good personal friend of mine, and we've talked many times about several things. So I've always had a good relationship with Applied. You know, some of our early employees came from Applied. So if I look at the two product mix, our products and Applied products, honestly, there's not much overlap. I'll be brutally honest. It makes a lot of sense, right? They don't have as good of a rating platform as we do. We are dominant on the rating side. They are very good in the management system, but in the top 50% of the space. So we are very good in the bottom 50%. Now we had dreams to expand to the top 50%, obviously, and we have so many other products. Like Brady just listed so many products here, right? And there is not much overlap between the two companies. We do believe that it's truly a one-stop shopping for our agents with this. No matter what the size is, no matter what you do. Applied doesn't have much presence in MAP market, and we are huge in MAP market. They don't have much presence in online agency market, what we internally call QAS market, coding as a service market, right? These are the online agency. I'm sure some of you guys are dialed in. So there is a lot of excitement. There is a very little market overlap, and we feel like it's truly a complementary fit between the two companies, and it gives a more challenging feel for employees to play. Our employees are excited. I really believe that this was a good move for us, for our employees, for our products, and for our customers. You know, I don't know what else to add to this. If I don't know if Taylor wants to add some things to this, but that's my take on why we did it.
Well, listen, let me start off just a little bit about myself and then about Applied and the journey we're on. And then that'll lead us to why I think this is one of those perfect complementary joining of forces, as Nog said, complementary, not overlapping. But first, you know, my name is Taylor Rhodes. I am the CEO at Applied. I've been at Applied for just 18 months. And so I am brand new to the insurance industry, brand new to Applied. Our board, when Reed French, my predecessor, decided to retire, our board specifically chose to go outside of the insurance ecosystem for the next CEO, predominantly focused on bringing somebody in with technology innovation experience. Because look, our deep conviction, and we share this with Nog and his team, is that the greatest value for the insurance ecosystem in the coming decade plus is going to be through technology innovation, through equipping agents and carriers to do more things online in an omni-channel way with data and analytics behind it, with the ability to get customer intimacy and know your customers well and be able to sell and service them better. And today we just look at this industry as, so truthfully, sort of woefully unequipped in many ways to be able to compete in the modern world. And so our board said, let's not bring somebody else in who knows insurance. We have lots of insurance experience. Let's bring somebody in with a proven track record of helping other industries transform through technology innovation. And so, they found me. My background was, early into the cloud computing game at a very special company called Rackspace that I had the blessing to join in 2007 when it was a relatively small company. And at Rackspace, we were known for 2 or 3 big things. One, we were known for being an absolute leader in customer service. We called ourselves fanatical support. We were going to overserve and support customers in ways nobody else would. And we had very high NPS scores, very low customer churn. We were recognized as a great place to work. And the second thing we were known for was technology innovation. We were one of the early inventors of cloud computing platforms. We competed head on head with Amazon Web Services for many years. And so this combination of customer centricity and technology innovation was such a rich part of my 10 years at Rackspace. And I had the blessing to be able to grow up there and then become the CEO of the company and learn just a ton about technology innovation and customer centricity. I then left Rackspace to go help transform the real estate facilities maintenance industry. Very sexy, I know, but again, a huge industry, digital laggard, not much access to technology to create transparency and digital workflows and better outcomes. And when Applied came along, the opportunity to look at a ubiquitous industry like insurance, which is everywhere, but yet is really far behind in terms of being equipped well, was just so intriguing to me. And when I looked at Applied, I looked at a company with a great heritage and a great franchise, but frankly, also a company in need of transformation, in need of technology transformation and modernization, in need of some cultural transformation, and in need of being able to build from our strengths, but also recognizing that what Applied has done to get to where it is for the past 20 years isn't sufficient as the industry changes at an accelerating pace going forward. So you can consider me a transformational CEO at Applied. I hear lots of stories about the Vertafore and the Applied, era and goods and bads. And I just want to let you know, I don't have a dog in that fight, right? My job is to get to know you, our industry, the insurtech players in it, the carriers, and understand what we all need going forward to drive more digitization and value for the end users and also the agents and the carriers in this industry. And that's what gets me out of bed in the morning. I'm excited. So when we had the chance to talk to Nog, and again, Nog had a long-standing relationship with our chairman and my predecessor, and then along came Taylor. When I met Nog and looked at the EZLynx story, entrepreneur, understands and walks in the shoes of the independent agent, feels their pain and produces simple to use products that fix your pain and help you run better agencies. And I looked at where they are in the market in terms of millennial-led smaller agencies that are rapid growth versus Applied that tends to focus up market with established agencies with bigger DWP. I looked at our focus on mostly commercial lines and composite agencies where EZLynx focuses on personal lines and some composite. I looked at our gap in rating products and looked at their leadership in rating products, looked at their space with maps and QAS that we don't have. And we just had a meeting of the minds, I think it's fair to say, Nog, that this was the perfect yin and yang. This was the perfect opportunity to create more choice in the industry. And frankly, also to create a bigger stage for EZLynx, because what they've built is different than the legacy agency management systems that are out there. It's more modern, it's more user-friendly, it's an all-in-one platform. And so can we help take EZLynx products into bigger spaces in the market, not only in the US, but we also serve Canada, we serve the UK, we serve the Republic of Ireland. And so it just looked like a great opportunity to join forces to create more choice in the industry and to advance the personal passion of mine, which is digital connectivity and automation in this industry. So that's why I think it's a great fit. It's the people of EZLynx who have made it great. And so some of the questions on your minds might be, well, what happens to EZLynx? And the answer is investment. Nog was instrumental in helping us understand the value of his people. So every employee at EZLynx has a generous 2-year retention plan so that we can all join forces together on the other side of this. And that's a very tangible message to the EZLynx folks that we believe they're the secret sauce. When you buy a company, you don't just buy a piece of software code, you buy the great people who make it work for their customers. So that's what we're all about here. I just wanted to open up by saying, Nog, thank you for joining forces with us. And we couldn't be more excited. And I'm looking forward to getting to know your customers and their needs and helping make sure we continue to invest behind what they want to see from EZLynx in the future.
Thanks. I want to reiterate the 2-year retention plan that he talked about. That was one of the things that I really wanted to do for our employees. It also kind of shows the commitment to the employees from the new employer, Applied. And it's an understatement to say it's a rich retention. It's beyond anything that I have seen in other industries. So this was to ensure, like Taylor said, Taylor knew that he was not just buying EZLynx. He was buying the people, he was buying the product, and he was buying the technology and the innovation and the customer base, obviously. So I wanted to make sure all 4 pillars that makes EZLynx is well taken care of. And that was one of the biggest challenge. And finally, as part of this deal, myself, Brian, who is our CTO, and Jaideep, who is our COO, and Raj, who is the CEO of Indian operation, has committed to stay at least for 2 years. And we will be playing a role. We will make sure that transition is successful. The products are well handed off and it's in good hands. That's in my best interest. I have no desire to do anything to harm the product or harm anything that we've done in the last 18 years. If anything, I wanted to get better and bigger. And that message has gone out loud and clear to all the employees internally. And I want to make sure you guys realize that too. We will make sure you get the best service that you've always gotten from us.
Excellent. Thank you, gentlemen. Let me jump into some questions. And before I do so, I do want to reiterate the fact that there are certain things that we just cannot discuss given where we are with the FTC right now. So we received a lot of questions about what happens with pricing, what happens with this product, and so on and so forth. So I'll apologize for the guys in advance if they have to dance around some of these things, but in no particular order, based on some of the questions that we've received. Taylor, let me start with you. Is EZLynx going to be killed off? And am I going to be forced to go to Epic?
No and no. Look, I think my opening and Nog's comments clearly demonstrate that this is an asset that has enormous value to this industry. And again, because it's complementary, sometimes there are acquisitions that are made that are redundant, that have a lot of overlapping capabilities, and companies buy those to gain scale and cut costs and become more profitable. Others are about acquiring new products and new talent and new capabilities that we don't have in our portfolio. And this is the latter. And so we want to continue to make EZLynx special. We want it to be a complement to what we think Applied does well. And we want this to create choice of technology options for customers. I think if you look at the portfolio now and where we're going with Epic transformation, we'll have a great choice for agencies throughout their life cycle, whether they're at the beginning of their life cycle or more mature down the road. This creates choice and optionality on AMS and platform. It creates choice and optionality on rating. We have an asset called Ivans that is the connectivity between carriers and agencies. And when we do things like integrate the EZLynx One platform with Ivans, we'll create much more access for more agents to carrier products. So no and no, Brady.
Thank you very much. Nog, next question goes to you. Will the team remain nimble and continue to innovate at the pace we've been innovating?
That's my intention. I think I'm bringing the same passion. The team does what it does because all the executives bring a lot of passion to the workplace every day. I engage with the team at the minute detail levels of the project that they're working on, and they love it. And I love it too. And I have no intention to change any of that. I'll continue to engage with the team. But I have to admit, the team needs less and less of me because they've learned all my tricks. And the only question now is, how do I make sure they stick around and they continue to believe in the roadmap and the vision? And they really, truly believe in it. They really want to help the agents. And they've really developed an attachment to a lot of our customers. And many of you probably have heard from our product managers. They spend day and night thinking about you guys, how to make your bottom line better, top line better. That's their job. Retention bonus is just an icing on the cake for them. They get paid more for what they really love to do. I don't see that. And Taylor has been very honest with me. He wants some of our innovative culture. He wants some of our fast-moving technology or fast-paced technology adoption that we've done bleed into Applied side. And our people are really excited. This will be a kind of a transformational move for both companies. I do believe in that.
Yeah. Brady, if I can just add on to that at the end, if you don't mind, just a thought. We're absolutely focused on learning from the EZLynx team. Nog as a founder spotted a problem, as he said a long time ago, felt the pain. And like a true entrepreneur, he sort of said, look, this isn't good enough. I've got to go create a better solution for this pain. And then he's grown this culture here of people who think the same way. And so now look, Applied, in all honesty, has some very, very talented and good people in it as well who've built some amazing things. But I've also been in my last 18 months adding new members to Team Applied from outside the industry, again, to bring that innovation, that critical eye, that experience in other industries solving some of the problems. So together, I think we're going to spark off of each other. And Nog, I'm super excited to learn from your people and hopefully help them have a bigger set of cool problems to work on as well.
I hope so too.
Excellent. Nog, as a follow-up to that question, some people may have noticed there was quite a buzz on social media, and one of the agents chimed in that if Colton Quick, who's from support, isn't part of the deal, then this is really going to stink, right? But talk about that. Who's going to answer the phone when somebody calls?
Yeah, Colton is a celebrity. So I have a rule to ignore social media. I'm not a very good hand-to-hand combat person, so I just try to shy away from social media. But having said that, Colton will be around. I think we'll continue to answer the phone. There's deep knowledge in our customer support team, and it'll take some time. Look, they've been doing customer service for a long time. We've started doing customer service in the last 10 years. I think there is some synergies here. There are some things that we can learn from them. Definitely our team can pick up a lot of knowledge from their team on the commercial side of the business. We've struggled with the supporting commercial agencies. So there are some positives and negatives on both sides. We'll try to leverage the positives on both sides. That's all integration transition is all about. So in the near term, I don't see any change. I think we'll continue to say EZLynx, so we'll continue to answer the phone, but do expect some change in a year or something, I'm assuming. Then we have to put our face as one company at some point. That's the whole idea. So I'm sure we will.
Taylor, to expand on that just a little bit, and I know you've already touched on the retention bonus and other things like that, but can you go a little bit deeper in your mind about the staff and why it's important for you, and why you're excited about getting access to some of the engineers and some of the product managers and so on?
Sure. We call companies, but they're really just collections of human beings, right? Yeah, a company without its people is nothing. And so, over the past couple of years, I'll put a couple of proof points out there in the market. Since I joined Applied, we acquired Indio Technologies, what I think is a really, really strong, innovative insurtech that was solving the problem for commercial lines agencies who were focused with offline, paper-intensive, poor customer experience at the point of application or renewal. And we brought the Indio folks in, and guess what? They're all still here today. Those entrepreneurs are engaged. Some of them have even bigger roles across Applied. We did the same thing with Tech Canary a couple of years ago. That's now our Epic for Salesforce product. Reed Holsworth, who is the founder and CEO, and Pat Forgione, who is the CTO, are now the CEO of our Ivans business. So we have a proof point of doing well with acquisitions and making homes for the entrepreneurs who are involved. And I'm proud of that. I think that's a great statement when a larger company can buy a smaller one and make the people there who are part of that feel at home and feel energized and feel like they want to stay. And so we'll do the same thing here with EZLynx. Look, again, at the end of the day, you're a fool if you buy something and then don't believe you need the people who made it special to continue to make it special. And that's as clear as I can say that.
Excellent, thank you. Nog, the next question goes to you, and this was actually a question that we all chuckled at that we received from one of our agents. What color Ferrari did you order? Now, if anybody knows anything about Nog, he would never order a Ferrari unless it was an electric version of a Ferrari. But the agent went on to speak about apprehension and speak about what's going to happen. You've sold out. You've given your baby up for adoption, so to speak, all of these kinds of things. And in the words of Steve Miller Band, how would you reply to are you going to take the money and run?
That's my favorite band. He's a local boy, Steve Miller. First thing, yeah, Brady is right. I'm still waiting for my Tesla Roadster, the new Roadster. I put the deposit on that. I'm waiting for that. So I had made that decision before, just so that you guys know, before the acquisition. I'm happy with where I am in life. I don't need to complicate my life with a big home and big cars and all that. I think I'm very satisfied with what we've done. I think same with the employees. My goal is to make sure that my employees find a good home, our customers find a good home, our innovative technology and spirit and culture finds a good home. That's my most important job right now. I need something to come to work every day. All these days, it was all about mentoring the next generation team and everything. Definitely work from home took a lot of air out of that balloon. But I think with this transition, it's a big responsibility for me to make sure that the culture that we created continues. Everything I've heard from Taylor and in the last 6 months, I should say, and other people that applied indicates that they're very interested in kind of implementing some of the things that we've done.
Excellent, guys. I'm going to ask one more question of each of you, slightly different from your perspectives, but we'll start with Nog and then we'll go to Taylor. And Nog, in your opinion, what does the next 5 years look like for EZLynx? And Taylor, when we get to you, it'll be, what do you think the next 5 years looks like for Applied? Nog?
So I think Brady, you probably know, we laid out a very good roadmap. So I have to qualify that and say it was a pre-COVID roadmap. Many of you came to the EZLynx last year, and we kind of showed you a glimpse of what that roadmap looks like. Guess what? We were right about everything. We pushed for virtual office. We call it virtual office, and we were encouraging you to start working from home before the COVID came. We were pushing for Connect. We were pushing for mobile friendliness with our product. And we are pushing for cloud-based infrastructure. Move all your products to the cloud. Move all your day-to-day office products to the cloud. Go virtual. Start using voice over IP phones and obviously now video calls. Start servicing customers through Client Center, and just expand the work anywhere concept on any device concept to all our products. And honestly, I would not change anything that we had identified. Everything is still, if anything, it has become more relevant. These are all big items to tackle. The one that I'm really proud of what we've accomplished in 2020 was Connect. I only wish that we had rolled out the EZLynx 5 faster. Because of COVID, we decided to slow it down because it was such a deep change. And Connect depended on EZLynx 5. Without that, we could not. So as a result, it was slowed down a little bit in adoption, but expect full throttle in 2021. We're going to bring many vendors, and it's going to be huge because that is the new connected world. We live in a connected world, and that really highlights the importance of being connected with all the vendors and the creating an ecosystem for everybody to come and play. So EZLynx has built a lot of customers over the years. We've got, give or take, anywhere from 18 to 20,000 agencies who use our product every month or every week and sometimes every day. And so we need to make sure that if they want to buy a technology or a solution or a service for their product, it talks and communicates very well with EZLynx. Why? Because EZLynx is a core product. It drives their agency. If you look at rating and workspace and policy management, these are the three core technologies in EZLynx. And the more vendors connect into this core technology, more productivity they're going to get and more profitable they'll become. So not much has changed. I think our roadmap is going to stay more or less the same as what we defined.
Yeah.
Taylor, what's the next 5 look like?
So to me, I have a deep conviction that digital connectivity is the lifeblood of innovation. It's what is going to allow the independent agent to remain competitive against directs and others for a long time to come. And yet, this industry sort of fails a lot of times on digital connectivity. And so, you just heard Nog talk about connectivity and ecosystems. The future for Applied is really focused on becoming the distribution platform for the industry, where we can create more openness. And so we have a big program going on called Epic Transformation, which takes Epic from a large ERP system that was designed in the era of closed systems and begins to really take it into a cloud native stack that becomes more modular with open APIs around it, so that we can create an open ecosystem, so that we can create choice and flexibility, so that we can drive connectivity to more tools and different parts of the tech stack that our agents want to consume alongside the agency management system. We'll be leveraging Ivan's, that connectivity platform, to really create that seamless flow between the agent and the carrier, so that we can quote more business, more lines more quickly at lower cost, quicker cycle times, and ultimately also digital connectivity and user experience for your end insured. Again, the stats show that in the IA universe in North America, shockingly, only a quarter of agencies offer their end insureds a mobile app option, right? 27% in the latest survey. So we've got all of this opportunity to extend digital connectivity to create an insurance experience that is, as Nog said, more profitable for the agent, and more delightful for the end insured. And so those are the big things. If you look at where we're investing, where we're hiring people, where we're looking for complementary acquisitions like EZLynx, is to build out this ability to create a digital connectivity workflow throughout the life cycle of insurance. And along the way, leveraging aggregated data. We see a ton of data across our Epic base, across our Ivans base, and being able to aggregate and anonymize that data and turn it into agency analytics, but also, frankly, industry insights, so that you know whether or not hardening rates are really actually happening in your segment. And if hardening rates are happening, remarketing and churn happens, and really just equipping agents with insights that they can't get on their own. So those are the big things: digital connectivity, Epic transformation, so we become more open, more nimble, more agile, and an easier customer experience, and then really leveraging the power of data to create agency and industry insights. So that's where we're going, Brady.
Well, gentlemen, thank you so much. Hopefully everybody got their questions answered that we could answer. As I mentioned, there are certain things that we couldn't talk about today. But certainly as we know more, we will continue to share more. But if you have any additional questions, thoughts, or whatnot, you can always email us at enterprise@ezlynx.com. But what I want you all to walk away from this meeting with is you ain't seen nothing yet.
Well, there you have it. I have to tell you, I'm pretty excited about this transition. It seems like there's a lot of really great opportunities. When you think back to what Taylor and Nog were saying, there's some things that Applied does really well, and there's some things that EZLynx does really well. And when you combine those two companies, I think they complement each other really, really, really well in the market. I think we're going to be able to bring you guys some really cool, innovative stuff moving forward. I'm excited about this transition. If you have any additional questions between now and our next Q&A session, go ahead and head on over to the EZLynx main website. There's a tab at the top that says News. If you click that tab, scroll halfway down the page, you're going to see a section for the FAQ regarding this acquisition, what it means. Hopefully there's some answers there for you while we wait for our next Q&A session that we'll play for you guys between Taylor Rhodes and Nog Rao. Until then, that's all the time we have. I hope everybody enjoyed the show. A lot of really good content, a lot of really good information. Until then, we'll see y'all next time. Have a great day.